Welcome to the Reloading Weatherby channel. In this video, we are going to look at the Weatherby cartridges. This is going to be a three-part series. Part 1, we are going to look from the 224 Weatherby Magnum up to the 6.5 Weatherby RPM. If you like this kind of content, I'd appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. Let's go ahead and look at the 224 Weatherby. The 224 Weatherby Magnum was introduced in 1963. It is belted, which is unique. I don't think there's any other 22 caliber that's belted. It has the same power as the extremely popular 22-250, and right now Weatherby actually doesn't produce the rifle. If you want your hands on a 224 Weatherby Magnum, you're going to have to buy a used one or go to a custom shop and have them make you one. But let's go ahead and look at the speeds. Looking at the 55 grain bullet, you can reload it to go up to 3,700 feet per second. And as I said just a minute ago, that's the exact same velocity as a 22-250. So really good velocity, of course, from a Weatherby. And it's about 400 feet per second faster than a 223 Remington. Now, Weatherby actually still sells factory ammo for it, even though you can't buy the rifle from them. So you can get 55 grain bullets, and they're going around 3,700 feet per second as well. So this is a fun little round, but it's probably the least popular cartridge that Weatherby sells. Next is the 240 Weatherby Magnum. Weatherby introduced this cartridge in 1968, so 5 years after the 224 Weatherby. And what this is a Magnum version of a 243 Winchester. Actually, looking at the dimensions, think of a 30-06 with a belt, and of course the double radius shoulder. That's basically what the capacity is for powder, is a 30-06, shooting a 6mm bullet. And it's quick. It's about 300 feet per second faster than a 243 Winchester. So let's go ahead and look at some of the loads. Let's go to the 100 grain bullet, which is a popular hunting round for deer. And you're getting 3,200 feet per second. And if you buy the factory Weatherby ammo, you're getting almost 3,300 feet per second. So again, about 300 feet per second faster than a 243 Winchester. Now you can only get this rifle in a custom rifle or a Mark V. Weatherby doesn't offer it in their budget rifle Vanguard, which is kind of sad. But if you want a really fast 6mm Magnum, this is your choice, the 240 Weatherby Magnum. The next Weatherby Magnum cartridge we're going to review is the 257 Weatherby Magnum. This is actually one of the originals that Roy developed. In 1944, he shortened a 300 H&H Magnum, made that double radius shoulder, and this is your 257 Weatherby Magnum. And it is the fastest 25 caliber cartridge. This thing is extremely fast. And in fact, it's on my wish list to get someday. Let's just go ahead and look at the velocities. So this rifle, this cartridge, well, it's really good as a varmint up to deer. Now, some people probably have taken elk with it. It's not my first choice because the range of bullets is not great. You're basically shooting 75 up to 120. Now, there is a 130 grain bullet. I'm just not sure how well a 1 in 10 twist 257 Weatherby would shoot it. Anyway, a 75 grain bullet that goes 3,800 feet per second. It's a burner, okay? Let's go ahead and look at some of the other loads. So going up to a 100 grain bullet, you're going 3,500 feet per second. A popular 110 grain bullet, you can load it to 3,400. And then the 117 grain, 33. Now, if you buy the factory ammo, you can get a little bit more velocity, probably about 50 to 100 feet per second more with these bullets. So it's a crazy amount of speed. Now there are other 25 caliber cartridges. There's the really popular and beloved 25-06. Let's just compare to see how it shoots like a 110 grain bullet. That's showing 3,100. So the 257 Weatherby is about 300 feet per second faster than a 25-06. The last cartridge I wanted to look at in part 1 is the 6.5 Weatherby RPM. This is the newest Weatherby cartridge, and it is the most different. Just looking at the case, you'll notice that it's not belted, and it doesn't have that famous Weatherby double radius shoulder. It's a bit more modern, you could say. Now, the reason that Weatherby introduced this new cartridge in 2019 was because they wanted to introduce a cartridge that is powerful, so about 300 feet per second faster than a Creedmoor, and that could also be an extremely light rifle. Basically, they wanted to fit in their 6-lug action, which made the rifle under 5 pounds without a scope. So let's go ahead and look to see what kind of velocities this guy does. Here's some of the factory offerings that come from the 6.5 Weatherby. So 127 grain Barnes is going 32.25, and 140 grain AccuBond, almost 3,100 feet per second. And then the Hornady Interlock bullet is almost going 3,000 feet per second. Let's see how that compares to the competition. Using the factory load 140 grain AccuBond that Weatherby supplies, it's going almost 3,100 feet per second. Let's see how it compares to the 6.5 Creedmoor. The 6.5 Creedmoor shoots a comparable bullet only going 2,700 feet per second, so well over 300 feet per second faster. Then when you move it up to the ultra velocity cartridges, it's still going pretty fast compared to the 26 Nosler. It's only 200 feet per second slower. And then its main competition, the 6.5 PRC, it's going a little bit faster when you compare factory ammo. Now when you reload for the 6.5 PRC, the 6.5 PRC is actually a little bit faster, but they're about the same velocities. To conclude, the 6.5 Weatherby RPM offers Magnum performance in an extremely light rifle. This concludes part 1 of the Weatherby series, and part 2 is going to come out in a couple days, where I will be talking about some of the more popular and bigger Weatherby cartridges that they are known for. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.